Tuesday comes around. What are you doing Tuesday night?
Tuesday, I usually, that's when I go out and I go to a spa called Almangiri.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I don't think you can say that anymore, but yeah.
Almangiri? What? What's wrong with Almangiri?
I'm just kidding.
Did something happen there?
That's a little thing I like to do to friends.
Oh, you got me there, Phil. That was good.
Is make them think they're about to get canceled.
Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch.
About last night.
Hey guys, Adam Ray here. Welcome back to the About Last Night podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't yet, do it right there for the YouTube channel, Spotify, iTunes, all that jazz. Today's episode, good one. Jason Nash, you know him. You love him. You've seen him. You followed him. You've seen him vlog. You've seen him on YouTube. You've seen him on Comedy Central. You've seen him on Netflix. You've seen him all over the place. He's been in your living room, probably with consent, but the guy is hilarious, and we had a great chat. From everything, from his start into comedy, his incredible weight loss, past marriages, dad stuff, and just a lot of laughs. We did dueling Dr. Phil's at one point, and it was fucking hilarious. Enjoy this episode. Follow Jason on all social medias right here. Follow his podcast right here. Follow this podcast. Again, subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Follow me, Adam Ray Comedy, on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Tour dates coming up this weekend. Sacramento, The Punchline, June 8th through the 10th. Tickets at adamraycomedy.com. Sacramento, come out and see me. Got 5 shows. Gonna be a blast. And then next weekend, 2 shows in Seattle, June 17th, the Triple Door. First one sold out. Second one has about 10 tickets left. So go get those, adamraycomedy.com. And then we got a bunch of shows coming up after that. Dallas, Portland, Phoenix, Boston, Chicago. Come out and see me, adamraycomedy.com for tickets. Merch, got a bunch of new merch up on the website and below here on the YouTube channel. So go get some of that. Tell your friends, tell your lovers, tell your enemies, subscribe to the podcast, and enjoy a brand new episode of the About Last Night podcast with the very funny Jason Nash.
The best homeless people are in Venice.
Yeah.
That's
You're talking about the most creative.
Those are the most creative, the most Olympic, the most interesting, the most talented, like straight talent. You'll see guys singing. Oh. That's incredible down in Venice. The most violent, because, Beach Crazy is
the best crazy?
Beach Crazy is the best crazy.
Yeah.
Because that sun and the long time out there, plus mixed with a little drugs. I saw a guy down once. I was parking my car. Well, I go down there to run sometimes.
Yeah.
And I walk down there and I park my car. It's like Saturday morning, and I just see some guy. He just runs over to me. He goes, "Hey, yo, fuck David Dobrik," like that.
Wow.
And that's a guy that I work with on YouTube.
Yep.
And he's fucking gonzo. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. And he's like, fuck David Dobrik. Fuck David Dobrik. And he's like coming at me. And I'm like, oh my God. And I really wanted the space,
What did David Dobrik do to him? Are we
Nothing.
So recap real quick. You're on the beach in Venice.
I go down to the beach. I park at Shutters. This is where I park at Shutters. That's where I park. And then I run 3 miles on the beach.
What is Shutters?
Shutters is a really nice hotel.
Nice.
And I
thought it was a lamp store or a blind store. It felt like some sort of a Lamps Plus knockoff, or even almost like a strip club that's, sometimes...
That's Shitters.
Shitters, yeah.
That's down in Glendale.
You don't go to Shitters unless it's like a bachelor party for somebody that you're like, I haven't seen this guy in 10 years. I got to make an appearance. I've heard about Shitters.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to spend a lot of money there. Now, what is the catch with Shitters, real quick? Like, what is it? It's obviously like lap dances are like $1.50.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Like $1.50. I'm
do
saying
it easy. Yeah.
It's like dollar store strip club.
Yeah. Is Shitters in reference to the customers or the strippers?
I think this is why you got to go. This is what piques the people's interest,
right?
Or is it just a name to lure you in, but it's actually like high end? It's like better than the Spearmint Rhino. Or do they all have IBS? And it's just like a roll of the dice. And if you can get the dance before they shit themselves, the dance is free.
I think you just nailed it. We've
Yeah.
got our business concept. We just need funding right now.
All right, so you're at Shutters. You're running by Shutters in Venice.
No, we were talking about homeless people.
Yes.
And just the ones in Venice are the craziest and the most violent. And
This guy screams at David Dobrik.
no,
Fuck you,
no,
David.
David Dobrik's not with me.
Gotcha.
And I just
Well, he's
see-
always with you.
I just see a space, and I really want. It's tough to get a space down there.
It is.
And so it's like 8 a.m. because everybody goes down there to run, and I'm like, yes, I got the space. And then as soon as I get out of the car, the guy is like, yeah, yo, fuck David Dobrik, like that. He's just seen the videos,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
Yep.
doesn't like that. Maybe what he's seen. He probably doesn't like anything he sees.
Dobrik is known for giving away cars.
Yeah.
Funny video vlogs.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot of pranks.
Yeah.
Would there be like one thing that you would say if like aliens came down and they're like, who is David Dobrik?
Tesla giveaways. Gives people Teslas.
How the fuck do you get into that?
Well, what you do is you find a company
Yeah.
to pay. I mean, he was really cool about it because he would you make a video and the company gives you $80,000 for the video,
yeah.
right? And he would take all of the money and give it away and not keep it. Like he doesn't care about money.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's really interesting because I remember when I was working with him, I'd be like, "Yo, maybe get him a Kia."
Yeah.
Or something, and he's like, "No, it's got to be a Tesla."
Wow.
That's the coolest gift. Because I love Teslas. I don't know if you drive Teslas or what.
If I could get a new car today, it'd be a Tesla.
Yeah,
and I'm not just saying that.
Why can't you get a new car? You're doing very well.
Today, well, the car I have is fine.
Didn't you just play a
It's
huge outdoor comedy festival in Denver?
Yeah, and that was fine.
It's not that you don't have money; it's that you're just busy.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, even right now, my car needs to be dropped off at the shop, and I haven't done it for about 3 weeks because I've been in and out of town, and so I'm Ubering everywhere. And it's literally even the times where I'm like, oh, I should just lock off today and do it, but then I'm leaving the day after that, and then I just fill that day with other stuff that I go, I need to do all this, and I'd rather do this.
Yeah. It's impossible to get stuff done. You ever try to mail a letter?
Wow. I think I just go, you know what? I wasn't meant to stay in touch with this person.
Yeah, I mean, like if you get a parking ticket and you have to pay it, it's awful. Like to get the stamp, to get the pen, to find the mailbox.
Have you gotten in fights with meter maids? Are you a road rage guy? Are you a controversy?
I used to get mad on the road, and then I realized that someone might recognize me from YouTube, and that might not be.
Yeah, and they might tape you now, right? You can't just scream out a window like the good old days.
I do the subtle. I have the windows up, and I say shitty things.
Yeah.
So my
keep it internal.
My fiance will say that to me. The other day, this woman cut me off, and I called her the B word, and she was just like, I can't believe you said that, and I was like, well, the windows are up.
Right.
She didn't hear me.
Yeah, it was for us.
Yeah. And then
But she just couldn't believe that was in you, or what?
Yeah, she was like, I thought you were like a nice person, which I am.
You are. You're very nice, but guess what? And your fiance will learn this. Everyone has that guy inside of them, or gal.
Yeah.
Because it's part of being a human being. We all got little buttons, you know what I'm saying? Like, and by the way, we all know people that skate through life where you're questioning like, what's going on because they're too happy. Life just, to me, I'm like, not that I ever want anyone to be, there was a girl I worked with at Universal Studios. She was so bubbly and upbeat all the time. And then I actually kicked it with her a little bit, and man, she'd been through some shit. So that was why. But once we got into this shit, we started talking about some dark shit, and then like this other side came out, and I go, oh yeah, see, like, you're not immune from probably like punching out a meter maid. I digress.
What did you do at Universal?
I played Wolverine. I was a tour guide. I hosted the Fear Factor live show, and then I was a New York cop.
And so you would go there all day, dress up and walk around and be in character?
Yeah, dude.
What's the pay like for that?
Man, well, I moved on from the tour guide spot because that was $8.50 an hour, and you had to work like 1,000 hours to get like even a 40-cent pay bump. So my buddy was like, dude, he was Captain America, and he goes, they're looking for a new Wolverine, and so it was $23 an hour.
Yeah.
7 hours a day.
Not bad.
I didn't want to wait tables, and no judgment. I just not for me.
Yeah.
I did 2 days at Fleming's in downtown LA, and I had a panic attack because this guy was screaming at me about the way I was cutting butter squares for the to accompany the bread, and I was like, I got to get out of here.
Fuck that way.
Yeah, fuck that. And Universal was fun. Everyone's in a good mood. You're a part of people's vacay. I mean, did you go to theme parks as a kid?
No, but I go a lot now with my kids.
Wow. That's right. You got 2.
Yeah, we go 3-4 times a year.
Is that awesome to see it through their eyes?
It's going to Disneyland with your kids is one of the best things you'll ever do. And I don't even like Disneyland.
Wow.
I think it's absolute trash and overpriced. But when you're there with your 5-year-old daughter,
1,000%. I'm going to Disney World on Sunday, but it's
you are.
Yeah, but my
Disney World.
Yeah, we're supposed to do shows in West Palm Beach. We're going to parlay it after that. But a couple buddies of mine are big Disney freaks, and then my wife loves Disney, and it's also vacay. But I'm like you. I'm like,
Why do people like Disney so much?
I don't know.
And as an adult, it's odd.
Totally.
It's just like, what?
I think it's when my wife and I went to Disney World once, we did Epcot and just went around and drank everywhere, and that was fun.
That's fun.
But yeah, the rides, like, I'm also not a big coaster guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, me neither. The worst.
No thanks.
Yeah, my daughter made me go to Six Flags. We went on
You went?
7 one day.
That's dad of the year shit.
Yeah, it was the worst.
Oh, fuck that.
Really tough.
And not even, I mean, the sick stomach thing is one thing, but also like every couple years you see some video of like a kid's belt that just wasn't snapped in.
They fall off all the time at Six Flags. People die every summer. So let's say there's...
This isn't the commercial for Six Flags.
No, let's say there's 15 Six Flags in the United States.
Okay.
3 or 4 will have a death. Wow. And you just don't hear about it.
You don't. They're good at covering that shit up.
Yeah. And then a lot of it maybe isn't their fault, but...
Yeah, sometimes sometimes the person just slips and slides right through. I do like those videos of people passing out on coasters. That's not you, is it?
No.
Scream so loud that...
I don't pass out. I mukbang on coasters.
You mukbang?
Yeah, I saw a video the other day, a guy eating chicken tenders on a coaster. That's why I said that.
Oh, no, thanks.
Pretty fun.
So you're from Boston.
Boston.
We met, I think we met at a comedy club or through some mutual friends.
I apologize if we met doing stand-up because I probably was so scared shitless every single night.
Oh, really?
That like I do remember meeting you, but I don't remember where.
I
mean, I know you, and I fucking love the Instagram videos that you do with the filter.
Oh yeah, so dumb.
First of all, they're so well written.
Oh, thanks.
And they have like joke on joke on joke, and
Yeah.
I watch them over and over and over, and I fucking show them to people. And not only that, but I have a friend who is that guy.
Wow.
His name is Brett Robinson.
Wow.
And
of course he is. Of course Sean will be friends with a guy named Brett Robinson.
He's jacked.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Of course he is.
He's so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
He will drink you under the table and then drink the next night and the night after that.
Wow.
And he talks a mile a minute and he tells you stories. He'll be like, I just went out. It's like, bang this chick. I mean, it is the guy. You were doing the guy.
I
almost wanted to bring him
her
today.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Built a bunk bed. You bang them both at the same time. By the way, that's the guy that like steals your girl, but you root for him anyway.
Yes.
Right. He's just got like
Brett.
an affable sweetness. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think that guy Sean, that I do with the filter, is like, I think it's a caricature of a person, but like you just said, everybody knows that guy.
Everybody knows that guy.
Because that guy is like in everybody's, whether it's your circle of friends or you've like come across him at I don't know if he was working at the water park or a movie, like that guy, there's no shortage of upbeat fucking bros.
Yeah.
That are looking to turn things up and make sure that you don't turn down too hard, and just fucking, whether it's San Diego or fucking Chicago. Like, I mean, and it's not even that guy. Like, and what I also like too is that there's like, sects of bro, where it's like there's the UFC, Duck Dynasty, fucking Black Rifle Coffee, fucking AK, but like I don't attribute any of that to this guy, which is also why I kind of like it. Is that he's just like obviously like talking about pushing yourself and doing all that shit, but that's more of just
your guy Sean doesn't push himself. He's just like going through life,
just going through life. Yeah, there it is.
And good things happen to him,
right?
And that's what happens with my friend Brett. Like,
oh yeah, tell me about Brett.
Like
how long you been friends with him?
A couple years, but like and that just goes to show you, like, if you do keep a good attitude, good things do happen to you.
Totally.
Like when you're positive and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, we're going here now. Oh, all right, I'll go. And then you get there, and I have friends like if I'm ever around like somebody like it's like a celebrity or whatever, I'll like fucking like clam up.
Sure.
And I'll be like, oh my god, like this person's so famous. But like my friend Brett be like, oh holy shit, I just took a fucking dump, and oh my god, I killed that bathroom.
Wow.
And then everybody's
just
like,
be a person.
Yeah, just be a person.
Yeah. Who does get you to clam up?
Who gets me to clan up?
Celeb, right?
I mean, anybody, any fucking celebrity.
You're pretty starstruck easily.
I didn't want to do Rick Glassman's show. I was scared.
You did it. Amazing. Yeah. Well,
No,
Rex,
I did it. I didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
No.
Did he ask you to?
Yeah, he asked me a while ago, and I love Rick Glassman,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I don't want to go on there. Like that looks like really challenging. Like,
Oh, no way.
gotta be
dude.
funny and shit.
Bro, you don't.
But you go through these ebbs and flows as like a performer, where you're just kind of like, I don't think I can go on there and be funny for an hour. And now I'm coming out of it because I have my own podcast now.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm like,
Called again.
it's all good things.
That's right, yeah.
And so I have to go out and promote, and I'm doing stand up, and I have got to like fucking get my
Great.
face out there.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I had my druthers, I'd just move to the woods.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just vlog from there or what? And pod from there?
No, just don't vlog, don't do anything.
Just chill out.
Yeah,
And-
don't you, when you go on your Instagram feed, don't you go like,
Oh,
because now I follow every comedian, because it is what I'm into.
Sure.
But now it's gotten to be like, it's too much.
It is too much. Social media is too much.
It's too much.
I mean, I'll tell you what's too little is the fucking shirt game that you and I are both possessing right now. Like, yours fits your body better, but like, we're both crushing it right
TJ
now.
Maxx?
This is actually from I officiated Adam Devine's wedding in Cabo, and I
You
bought this.
officiated Adam Devine's wedding?
And I bought this at the gift shop, and Adam goes, "Do you work here now?" And I was like, "I'm going to take that as a passive aggressive compliment because you want one of these shirts, and I got the last one, but I will give it to you because it's your wedding."
So you paid some money for that. That was
some
at
money.
least $60.
Yeah, it might have been triple digits.
Yeah.
Which is that a good purchase? It's an impulse buy, I'll tell you that much. But I was feeling good, man. The wedding was fun. It was the day after we were heading back. I like the wedding was awesome. I did my thing. We got pretty fucked up, but I wasn't hungover. So if I was hungover, there's no way I was gonna buy anything.
Yeah.
So I think I was just like, I can't believe I'm going home feeling all right. Well, let's cap this off the right way with a gift shop purchase.
Yeah. You bought it on the way out.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah,
Don't you
that's like
feel
the guy that lands at the airport. He's
Yeah.
he that's at his home and buys food.
Yeah. That's an odd purchase, because usually you would buy it in the beginning, so then you can enjoy the shirt.
Totally. And I was told I wouldn't be judged on my own show today, Jay. But where we did meet was Hawaii for the first time for Adam Devine's house party. I
That's
think
where
that's
we
the
met.
first time.
That's where we met.
You and Amanda
Yeah,
Cerny got flown out to do a lot of social promo stuff.
Yes.
Right, for house party, and then be in the show.
Yeah,
and that was
a line.
yeah, cool. Had you been to Hawaii?
Yeah, I'd been, but not to that
Turtle Bay Resort.
That North Shore is incredible.
It's incredible.
I surfed with a family that we had an off day, and I had the most incredible experience Hawaii that day. I left my body for the first time in my life.
What do you mean?
I took the wave, and I'm not very good, but I did take the wave, and I did it. I actually did it for the first time. I was up on that board.
Now, take the wave sounds like a line from Blue Crush. So you're gonna have to help me out here. Does that mean just like
stood.
You stood, great.
And then I hit pretty hard, and but I felt so invigorated. I felt so
No way.
great. And I left my body for like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Holy shit!
And then I heard the instructor go like, "Jason, come on back, take another," like that.
He was like right behind you on the board. You're like, dude, just talk at a normal level. Like if you're trying to create a vibe here. Yeah, all right, man.
Anyway, yeah, and so that was a great memory. That was what Adam Devine did for me.
Stepped out of your body. That's
Only
like
time I've done it.
you strike me as a pretty spiritual guy, or at least just. Let me backtrack.
I am, but
You-
also no.
Okay,
I also am like questioning, like, it's all bullshit.
totally.
Like someone wanted me to manifest, and I was like, this is bullshit. I ain't gonna manifest. So I went over and I tried to do it, and he was like pretty strict with me. He's like, no, you gotta do it like this. And then all the shit happened that we manifested.
Wow.
So I kind of do believe it.
Yeah.
But I also, there's another part of me that's like, you want to be a cynic too.
Now, you grew up in Boston.
Yeah.
What's the Boston Nash family values? Like, what are you getting pushed on you or instilled in you?
I mean, my mom is Jewish and my dad is Catholic.
Yep.
So two different sides. My mom's like, love everybody, Jason, you're the best. Yeah. You're everything you do is wonderful. You should ice cream, And my father's like really tough and like macho.
Boston Catholic, yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, those two things combined.
Did you get bar mitzvahed?
No,
Yeah.
we're too poor.
You could do poor bar mitzvahs, can't you?
Haven't been to one yet.
Oh,
Have you?
yeah, man. You want me to show you my penis? Like, of course, circumcised, bar mitzvahed, top temple.
Circumcision,
Yeah.
you can do that poor.
Yeah, you I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. Yeah.
What do you call it? The mole? The guy that comes and cuts it?
Couldn't talk and also well, there's the rabbis there, but who's the mole? Yeah, the mole might be.
No, it's not the mole.
That was a show on ABC, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
No. There's a word for the guy that cuts
The moil.
The moil.
Yeah.
The mole.
The mole. Yeah. There is something about getting circumcised later in life that feels weird to me. I feel like
My friend did it at 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I mean, I don't think.
And they told him he was going in for something else.
Oh no.
The family was like, "Yeah, you're just gonna go in and have a checkup, and then."
Wait, at 15, how do you get bamboozled into a circumcision? We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here. Wait. Wait a
Hello Fresh has all the tasty treats that you need. Do you want food delivered to your door?
Oh my God! If I was a real pro, I'd
It's
be
cheaper
putting
than
the
takeout.
ads in like that. Oh God damn it! Wait a second.
So we met on house party.
Wait. I want to ask though. You haven't been to a bar mitzvah?
Oh, I've been a ton.
Oh, you have. Okay, I was gonna say the same way. I just was
I watched
watching.
all my friends do it.
Yikes! That's sad,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
But-
I know. I didn't give a fuck.
You didn't give a fuck. The same way your roast of Jason Nash is really funny on YouTube
Oh,
at the
thanks.
Bourbon Room.
Yes.
Great spot for it.
Yeah. Bourbon was real fun.
Almost 7 million views in 2 years. Does that even affect you when you see your videos get so many views? Is it just like whatever, or do you still track now, being like, fuck yeah?
Nah, I don't.
You don't care.
You don't look at it. It's just you can't equate it like 7 million. Like what? I don't because sometimes you'll get like 70,000, and you're like that's bad, and then you're like but it's still 70,000.
Sure.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Don't you feel that way?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's some that don't do as well as others, but then those are the ones I get the most messages about, or that people will say something to me about. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. When did you start? So when you came from Boston to LA, was this business like on the radar? Like, were you a funny kid? You seem like you were.
I mean, I was in New York. I got out of I had an internship at Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's right. You were Norm Macdonald's assistant.
Norm Macdonald's assistant.
Holy shit!
I worked there, and then I worked at MTV in New York, and then I got a show for VH1, and I moved out here when I was 28.
Yeah.
And then
Random
Play.
Random Play.
Yeah, with Mike Showalter and
wow,
David Wayne and
so that started.
Gaffigan.
That gave you a reason to come out here.
Yeah, they put me up at the Oakwood.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But when you're a young boy in Boston, are you like goofing around? Are you like, are you a funny kid? Are you making your folks laugh? Is your dad
No.
never those goofy faces, and your mom's like, you can do anything?
I told my dad I wanted to be a comic, and he was like, "But your sister's the funny one."
Funny.
And so I was never that. I didn't never think I was that funny.
Sure.
I guess. I mean, all my friends were funny. Weren't all your friends funny?
Yeah, I had some pretty funny friends.
Were you the funniest?
I think so. But also, well, I always say my buddy Adam French was the funniest, but he, we were born to do that. I was just saying this the other day, like I would make him laugh, he would make me laugh, and he was like the best yes-ander I had. That had no aspirations to do this.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's, as funny as he is in life and with me and when we're hanging, there's just another gear and muscle that you either have or don't have to be as crazy as we are, to tape yourself or get on stage, an ease to it. Like he's even, he was best man at my wedding and gave a great speech, but not like a speech where people were like, whoa, dude, that guy he's not in the business, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But his timing's great, his instincts are great. It's almost like if you see a great writer try to translate to stand up and you're just like, oh, there's just something missing performance wise, which is fine. It's just,
How was his speech?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was,
but it wasn't what you wanted. Wasn't the
No,
level
and I'll
you
take this
wanted.
moment to tell him, actually, I think, live, because he does listen to the pod. Adam, you know what the stakes were, man. It was, it flew all the way there. You'd think he'd write it down. No, he crushed it. He crushed it. Everybody cried.
Wait, you got married?
Yes, in October. And you're about to go.
I'm about to get married, yeah.
Mazel.
Second marriage.
Great.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Shit. Which part?
How about this? How about
the ex-wife or
You're
the
right.
new wife?
You're right. That was a pretty empty. Quite like, what's it like to be married again? How about this? Take me through. Don't take me through a divorce, but after a divorce, I'm a product of divorce. I can relate. What what are the feelings of then to now? Like, are you just like, wow, I can't believe, because I would venture to assume there's moments where you're like, God, that took it out of me. Like, I don't know if I even want to try to meet someone again, let alone do I have it in me, right?
Yeah. I guess it's a two-part thing.
Great.
The first part is, no, I would never, ever get married again. Ever.
You thought that?
Fuck. Not only that, I was sure I'd be alone. I wouldn't meet anybody for the last 3 years. I was good with that, and I really like prepared for that. I was like, this is cool. I'm gonna be alone.
What was your routine?
Get up, work out, read at night, work on my get hobbies.
Awesome.
Barbecue, learn how to barbecue better.
Wow.
And then and really just like work on myself. Like, that was cool because I have my kids, and I have a lot of friends, and I was just like, this is it. I'm be 50 and I won't have anybody for the rest of my life, and I'm cool. And I think because I was good with that, when somebody came in my life, I was just like, oh, okay.
Wow, that is
And also, the better part now is that I can do everything over again and do it the right way. I didn't do it the right way the first time.
Ooh, speak to that.
Like I was just selfish.
Sure.
Like you're like my career, and I was married to like a wonderful woman. She's great. Still really close to her. Still friends. She's the best. What's up, Martin? And I
give her podcast shout-outs.
She got really mad the other day. I did a bit on my podcast that talked about her. She doesn't watch the podcast, but she is on Facebook.
Oh no!
And so stuff gets you have a company that clips your stuff for Facebook. And went right to her.
She saw it. Oh
She
no!
saw it. I felt so bad. It wasn't even a funny bit.
Was it just kind of throwing her under the bus or what?
I told the joke without saying like, I'm just kidding.
Oh man! And even if it's assumed, you gotta give the wink. That's why, like through text, when people will text things and there's no smiley face or anything, I'm like, you gotta go out of your way to like let people know, like it's a goof.
Yeah. And I didn't do that. The joke was, I said something like I was bipolar when I was married, and then I got divorced, and oddly, it went away. I wasn't bipolar anymore. Which is a joke. I did stop taking my medication, but yeah, it's just a joke. She's great.
So that's a big thing to focus on, is that you like got yourself good.
Yeah, and you just got to do things right.
Well, if you're bringing whatever you're bringing to the relationship, hopefully it's the best version of yourself. And if you've taken that time, like you said, to like not be codependent, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. And just basically go like, I'm good with me. So now, when you met your fiance, I'm sure it was like, oh, cool. Like I'm, somewhat more open to it because you took that time to. And you also, I truly believe in the organic, like any relationship I've ever been in, and even with my wife now, like was never looking for it. Right. I like to get hit like a ton of bricks with it. That to me is like, because that just is the coolest way to go. Like, whoa, like spontaneous and meet someone that you've never even seen or heard of. Like, I don't know, that's so fucking cool. Like my buddy was like, she's coming. It was and then he brought her to the show, and I was like, oh, you just were with her. That I don't know if I can marry her. No, she's coming to the show, and edit this out. And she's coming to the show because her best friend was dating my buddy, but he didn't send a pic or anything. So he was just like, oh, my girl friend is going to come. Yeah. So I knew nothing about it. And it was so the entire meetup was organic. How'd you meet your fiance?
Wait, was yours like they kind of said like, hey, maybe you're going to like this girl? Was there any preamble?
He just told me she's cute.
Yeah.
And then he told her like whatever about me. I don't know. He's funny and like charming, whatever. Like,
how'd you do that night?
Murdered. Yeah.
You killed it?
Oh yeah. It was a Sunday night at Tempe Improv.
Hell yeah. Tempe Improv.
It's one of my favorite clubs. Yeah.
Incredible.
Be there in July. And yeah, it was, and we all went out after, and then kept in touch. And then she moved here, and then she was living with her friend in Venice in a studio, in a bedroom, kitchen, all bathroom, all in one room. So when people would, she was like, yeah, my roommate, like guys would like share the bed sometimes if they came over. So I was like, you can stay at my place if you want. And then there we go.
Damn. And then how long did it take you?
Dated for about, I guess, 4 or 5 years.
Oh, great.
5 years, yeah. And then yeah. And it's good. And it's same thing. I was just in a place where I was ready,
Yeah.
And I'm still too crazy as far as like work stuff goes, but it's definitely helped a lot to pull me back, which is why I think kids will probably at some point even do that even more.
Do you take like a day off a week and just be with her? Or?
Yeah, I have to, and because it's like even when I was, at Red Rocks, like you mentioned, we were gone in Denver for a little bit, and then I left for about 8 days after that, went to Atlanta, and then came back, and it's like I can't land and go do shows right away. That's just I can, and sometimes I have to, and she's cool with it, but I've got to be more cognizant of like.
Yep.
You just were gone for 8 days, so maybe kick it for a few days. And I want to. It's not like it's a fucking chore.
Yeah.
But it's also like there's the part of me that's like you got to stay in it because it's so competitive, especially with all the clubs and more comics all the time, and just for reps. And I'm always writing, so I want to get up. So it's not like but it's just balance, man. Life is so much balance, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where'd you meet your fiance?
I met her on a dating app.
Cool.
But I met her like 2 years ago, and was just completely in love with her and never thought that she would be with me. And then I don't know. After I manifested her.
Wow. Like weird science. You create her on a computer in your head.
Sometimes I look at her and I'm like, I feel like maybe I did do some kind of like witchcraft.
Whoa.
Because she'll wake up with me in the morning and she'll be like, I love you so much.
Wow.
And I'll be like, this is weird because I used to stare at your Instagram
and say the same thing.
Yeah, for years.
Holy shit.
And you can't quite believe it that like you're good enough for her.
Totally.
Or, I don't know. Or sometimes I think that someone's playing a prank on me.
Wow.
Like one of David's like pranks is this like year long. He found this gorgeous girl to be with me, and
can you imagine?
I mean, that would be the best. Or like Nelk Boys.
That's a prank that's so diabolical.
So diabolical.
I mean,
we've talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's horrible, isn't it?
Can you go too far with a prank?
Well, here's the thing: if the other person gives says okay, or if the other person has pranked you, maybe it would be okay amongst like two friends. But yeah, you can definitely go too far.
A friend of mine, Josh Wolf, said, and my now wife put the kibosh on it, even though she said she thought it was funny, which felt like a red flag. I'll tell you what the prank was. He was going to hire two like 80-year-old people off of Craigslist and have them like 69 or fuck on my couch or something. And I was going to walk in. And I go, dude, I'd rather you just like poke me in the eye while I'm sleeping. Like, I don't like, fuck, I'd have to burn the couch. I'd have to get like move probably. Like, it's not even, that's not even a, I don't know if that, because that's a walk in, that's a, and then I guess the prank is what, for the person to enjoy the unraveling is, and we talked about this, do I then grab them and throw them out? Yeah. Do I hit an old man while he's 69ing because I'm so caught off guard and filled with rage? Does it bring back trauma? Like, does it somehow like, do I go, oh man, this is actually, I remember walking in on my folks fighting like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it, and there's probably better examples, but so she put the kibosh on that. And she was like, I don't think she goes, I think he'll be more mad than laugh.
Yes. And that's important. That's an important thing to find out.
It is.
If the person's not going to have a good reaction, don't do it. If everybody's going to be like, oh shit, this is, or if it's rooted in something in your history, like remember when we saw these two 80-year-olds 69ing and then it's on your couch, then it makes sense.
There's got to be some context.
We did a prank once where our friend really wanted to be an actor, and we made him believe that he was meeting with Seth Rogen, and he came in and he read, and we even had a Seth Rogen impersonator on speaker, and the guy was great. His name is Vincent Marcus, and he'd be like, "Oh, Jonah, we saw your tape, really funny," and he read the script, and it was a very like Knocked Up. I think it was called Knocked Up Part 2 or something like that. And yeah, we got him, and they've pranked me. I got pranked on Hollywood Boulevard once. There was an Elmo guy dressed as Elmo, and a bunch of characters started chasing me, and literally chased me all the way down. And I started swinging at Elmo. Like they fucking got me. And my fiance got me the other day. We were riding by. Did you ever have somebody do this where they tell you like a lie for no reason? Sure. And just to lie, just to get you. Yes. Yeah, we drove by the billboard for Beef. Yeah. And we love this show. Great show. We love this show Beef. And she just goes, yeah, that guy Steven Yeun? They're not going to make Beef anymore. They're not making season 2. And I go, what? I go, why not? And they go, yeah, that guy Steven Yeun, he got caught for cannibalism, like that. And I go, what? No, really? And she goes, no, not really.
Oh, funny. Yeah. Some kid did that to me on the playground once and told me my folks got back together. That was pretty dark. And then I in turn,
What?
Yeah, he like knew, his mom knew my mom, so I thought it was, and so I went home and I was like, Mom, is it? She was like, what? No, of course not. And
How would
and
you
then,
know?
Exactly. I didn't fact check. There's no Google as a kid in the 90s. And also I gullible. I'm very gullible.
What a dastardly prank for a 10-year-old.
Totally. And that kid's Jeff Bezos. No.
Yeah.
I have definitely done that type of thing to people where it's like, oh shit, I don't know. I used to with more sports stuff where it was just like, I think also once I went to acting school out here in SC, and everything started to become like an acting exercise where it was like being with friends and be like, holy shit, dude, did you fucking hear about? And they're like, what? And I was like, dude, Matt is like,
What? What's wrong with Matt? What happened?
I shouldn't even say.
Tell
man.
us. No, Adam, it's okay. Be
He
real.
went to Rosarito, Mexico.
Yeah?
And well, so he was, him and Christine were like on a break, and he
Really?
got drunk. It's Rosarito, and he fucked a donkey in the donkey show, dude.
Matt?
Got you, dude. We got you there. We got you there. We got you there. We got you there. You're on fucking. That didn't happen to Matt.
Matt Spiegelson?
Yeah. It is fun. Are you a big secret guy?
No.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
I'll tell when somebody tells me a secret, I take it to my grave.
You do.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard a bonker secret yesterday.
Did you?
And the first thing I think is, ooh, I can't wait to make somebody's day. But like, whose morning am I gonna make sweeter by sharing this? But hey man, yeah. As you get older, you gotta keep, because also people find out the people that don't keep secrets. It all find like,
yeah.
Who told you this person, or if it comes out like it just, you get caught.
Yeah. If somebody also, if I tell anybody in my friend group something, I assume it's going to be told to
Really?
all 20 of them. Yeah.
You had 20 friends. That's awesome.
Well, let me ask you this: do you have friends?
That was so sincere, by the way. Oh yeah. I mean, look, dude. It's.
But let me ask you
By the way, I said that definitely like, oh yeah, like
are
a
the
guy
comic
has no
friends? Are the comic friends
Well,
like your friends?
Yes. So I've got, I came out here in 2001 to go to college at SC, and then did improv and acting class and guys I met through doing YouTube videos. I'm also I'm a very big people person.
Yeah.
I like to connect pretty quickly. I'm probably overly generous with like giving out my number to strangers and be like, hit me up for tickets for shows.
You are Sean.
Yeah. Bro, yeah, wow, dude. This is yeah, if something happens to me, please make a documentary on how Sean is actually very close to Adam Ray.
You are Sean.
And so, but yeah, I've got like lifer best friends that I started stand up with.
Nice.
That you get to know people on the road. One of them opens for me, his kid Sandy Danto, and just bonded from the get go when we both started. But like Divine's one of my best. But I mean, there's it's you find out too as you get older, like which friendships are kind of one sided.
Yeah.
And not that you need to cut that out, but like just regulate your expectations. I've got friends that always pick up the phone, always be happy to see them, always joke around if they're at a club and whatever. We're in the same state, we'll meet up and do something, but like it's so one-sided. And it's not even like I need a text for something I did or whatever, or it's just I only hear from them if they need something or want something, or there's just no back and forth really. Mm-hmm. And one of the guys I'm thinking of, I texted him once, and then a week later he texts me back, and he's on his phone all the time, not only juggling gals, juggling gigs, juggling stuff. And he goes, sorry, I was in Portland. This is like 10 days later. Sorry, I missed your text. I was in Portland.
Yeah. Was
his excuse to not get back. And I was like, oh, if that was all I needed to go, like, all right, never expect a response. But
yeah. And so, do you get rid of those people, or
no? You just try to like
lower your expectations.
Yes, dude. And then don't put so much faith in people, you know, and I think people are designed.
Okay, here we go.
Here we
Dueling
go.
Phils. Here we go. Now I've seen your Dr. Phil.
I've seen your Dr.
and
Phil.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because I've actually one of my videos.
Well,
I have Dr. Phil in one of my videos wishing me a Merry Christmas.
Oh
So,
my God!
just so you know.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Wait, have you met Phil?
I have not met Phil. No.
Okay, we're gonna do a thing right now called filling it up, which is basically me as Phil getting to know my counterpart
Let's
Phil.
try it.
I'm gonna look in the mirror
All
and
right.
basically just try to pump myself up.
Okay, let's do it.
First of all, let me just ask me something,
Yeah.
Phil. Monday morning, what do you say to yourself when you get up?
Monday morning, let's see. I usually get up. First thing I do is I have sex with Robin.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Because she's there.
Right.
She wants it if she's there.
Let me tell you something. You got to give it to her.
Give it to her.
She's horny.
And I'm usually flipping her over like a pancake, but that's just because it's the morning time, and I like to keep my sex the way I keep my breakfast, ready to go.
Right. That's good, Phil. That's real good.
Tuesday comes around. What are you doing Tuesday night?
Tuesday, I usually, that's when I go out and I go to a spa called Amangiri.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I don't think you can say that anymore, but yeah.
Amangiri? What? What's wrong with Amangiri?
I'm just kidding.
Did something happen there?
That's a little thing I like to do to friends.
Oh,
from time
you
to
got
time,
me there, Phil. That
is
was good.
is make them think they're about to get canceled.
I was like, did somebody fucking masturbate on a cat at Amangiri?
Wait, what is Almangiri?
Oh, Amangiri is a resort in Utah.
Okay.
And I go out there with Lil Wayne, and we do like little
Retreats,
ceremonies.
ceremonies,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have listening parties.
Sure.
Yeah. Steve Lacy played his new record for
Yeah.
us last week.
A lot of like backstage theater massages, I feel like.
Yeah, well, those are the best. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, because I was a theater teacher at Texas State University.
Texas State is where we went. I remember reading that about myself.
Yeah, I remember reading it too.
Wait, now the weekend comes. We can skip
The Weekend, yeah, he's there too.
The Weekend's there?
Yeah, can't feel my face,
Wait.
and we can't feel our face. Let
Well,
me tell you something. We're doing some.
The amount of
Well,
peyote that
that's
I've taken. I used to suck peyote through a Capri Sun straw.
It's the only way to do it.
Well, it's the only way you're allowed to do it on these resorts in Utah because anal's first base. Having a third wife is mandatory. And also mandatory is the name of the teacher with fake tits that teaches sign language.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
what is your love language, Phil? Like, how do you and Robin on the weekend show each other, I guess, connective?
Well, what we like to do is we like to get. I like to eat in bed. That's my favorite thing to
Like
do.
a Salisbury steak?
Yeah, Salisbury steak or a beef rib or
Beef
something
rib,
like that.
yeah. Something messy.
Combine, sex and food. Is
Sex and
always
food.
Fun.
Edible underwear is fun.
Oh, Phil, you
To wear, not to
you
eat.
bastard.
It's hard to do the voice when
Yeah.
you do the voice.
Oh, man. You're full
Because your voice is different than my voice.
Totally.
And then it makes me question my voice.
There's versions of Phil,
But
man.
mine is
the only reason I do Dr. Phil is because it's one of the only voices I think I can do.
Sure. No, you're right there.
Yeah.
How did you get a video from him? And first of all, what's your fascination with him? Like, what was it? Just a goof? Did you start fucking around with the voice? For me, I'm genuinely like, I watched enough episodes on the road during the day where I was like, this guy's bonkers, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
He's not bonkers. He's set up a system that is bonkers.
Totally.
The system that they've set up where they're bringing in these people and maybe paying them to bend the truth
Yes,
or whatever,
yes.
and making 6,000 shows
Yes.
is bonkers.
And I should clarify what I meant by bonkers, and because I didn't put a
Because I
label
really
on
like
it.
Dr. Phil.
So do I.
Yeah.
Which is why I love to do the take the impression and make it even sillier.
Yeah.
Respect what he's created. I think he has helped people.
Sure.
I think he's also done what you do in daytime TV and you expose people. You're doing a show.
Yeah.
And it's also
okay.
tough to it's very okay. Bonkers to me is both sides of the spectrum though. So I wasn't saying like bonkers to me I don't define as like you're crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yes, so I should have clarified that. Bonkers to me is like, I can't believe that he's pulled off what he's pulled off.
Yeah.
Because it is a crazy thing in my eyes to have some of the problems that some of these people have and go on TV with them. Yeah. And they've somehow trusted this person they've never met to go like, help me through this. And he's like, well, you got to help yourself through it first. I don't think when you look in the mirror,
I like when you're talking like this. Keep going.
I don't think you like what you see. And I don't like what I see, and I'm looking right at it.
Yeah. That's right.
Audience,
Speak the truth.
you can. Well, I'm speaking it,
Yeah.
but I'm also living it. And doggy style doesn't have to be an indoor position. Have you been to live TV tapings out in LA? You brought the kiddos to Price is Right? Will you?
I did warm up at Craig Kilborn once and
Nice.
got fired that day.
What happened?
I just didn't do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do a dance competition between dads?
I should have.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish I should
always-
talk to you.
Well, I did it once too. My buddy
I
Jay.
talked about committing suicide.
Okay, yeah, different direction.
That's a good idea.
Well, my buddy did it for American Idol and So You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars and he's a true. He started doing stand up, but his energy is like, he's got that down really well. And his name's Jay Flats. Shout out to Jay. But he told me too, he was like, will you fill in for me for this live Dancing with the Stars? And I got berated by so many Englishmen live he was like, dude, do a dancing competition. I think I did a Folgers coffee joke, and there was like mostly kids there. And so everyone was like, boo, I got booed. And
For
then
a Folgers joke?
at this point I was 20 minutes in, and it was just like, this guy's got nothing else.
Got it.
He did the Folgers joke 3 times, and we've done the same dance competition. And then I kept like listing. I was like, one more time for Chachki Valenteri, right? Like all these dancers. I just kept saying all the names to kill time, and the guys were looking at me being like, dude, do you got anything else? And I was like, does anybody have a scarf? I can just wrap it around my neck. But
And why'd they yell at you?
because I was talking during the live. One guy would tell me we're live, and one guy would go, we're in commercial, keep the crowd entertained. So I was getting mixed signals.
Oh, God. You've had so many jobs. I can't believe you
So
went
many
to
jobs, yeah.
acting school.
Yeah.
It shows in your dictation.
Oh, thanks. Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, we did a lot of freshman year was all about, those like red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, tour boat, toy boat, turbo, abominably, abdominally, anomaly, abominably, abdominally, anomaly, pubic, puke, poop, pubic, puke, poop. I added that last one. But
did you when you were in acting school, did you go, oh, this is not enough for me. I need to be a stand-up, or
well, I loved
it's very different.
Totally. I loved being on stage. So I think it was the live fix. I did a lot of plays, musicals, and then graduated and did a few plays, but then it was like, 4 to 5 months of all that. I wanted more time to do other stuff. But I loved the live interaction. It's just like, can't replace it. That's why when people ask now, it's like, what do you like better, acting or stand-up? Man, you cannot compare the two. But if I had to pick one, yeah, for sure stand-up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that is...
It's you.
Yeah, and it's just
all you.
It's just so. I've had days where I've, it's completely been a, I've said this before. I've never done therapy. I did therapy twice when I was a kid. My folks split. My mom sent me to a place called the Parent Place, and this guy that looked like Dom DeLuise had like a mini Fisher Price hoop up in his office, and I shot a couple shots, and he was like, at some point we're gonna have to talk about the guys that your mom's dating now. He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, at some point we're gonna have to actually talk. And I was like, fuck you, fatty. And then again, I didn't say that, but I thought it. And then I grabbed the Nerf ball, shot a 3, and then walked out. And my mom was like, all right, you don't have to do that anymore. So stand up is like, there'll be days where I'm like, whatever, the business, life, overwhelmed, and it's like the set completely just just fixes everything.
Yeah.
And it's just the back and forth. It's the I'm making people feel good, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Is really the
A good set
catalyst
can
for
do
it.
that.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
But you got to bring it too. You can't just get up there and hope that they're going to give it to you. You always, and so I think that's what it is. I could never phoned in a set, because you can't get up there and just hope that they're going to pull you out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like in anything, right? You get what you bring.
Yeah, that's true.
And if
Phil.
you bring a grilled cheese that's been bitten into by a rattlesnake,
Yeah.
well, chances are you're going to get diabetes.
Hey, listen, I've bitten to a rattlesnake a couple times. I have, by accident.
You're the Chuck Norris of daytime TV.
You know Whataburger?
What'd you call me? Wait,
Whataburger down in Texas, they had a rattlesnake problem in some of their food. Yeah.
did they really? Wait, you don't eat. First of all, you're 50. You look fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
I know you dropped
30.
30 pounds.
I'm trying to keep it off. It's fucking
Keep it off. Don't lose more weight, by the
I
way.
haven't eaten anything today.
That's fine.
It's not.
It's not. I
It's
know
like
you're supposed to
not
have.
sustainable.
I know. I had a turkey meatball earlier. I don't do breakfast.
You work out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. What do you do?
Cardio, basketball.
You're
Got some weights.
basketball at your age?
Oh, yeah. I'm playing in a celebrity. I played in the 2019 NBA celeb game.
You did?
I had 9 points, 3 assists, a charge.
A charge.
A ripped calf. I ripped my calf.
You did?
And
That's
then,
why I
and
say
then
it.
played. And my doctor was like, don't play. I was like, fuck you. I didn't say it. I said, I have to. This is the weekend I've been looking forward to my whole life.
Yo, basketball's brutal at this age.
I'm playing in
I don't know
another
how old-
game.
What are you, 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
So you're okay. You're 40, but in 10 years, no.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm playing in this these Seattle Seahawks guys this game called Champions of Change, June 23rd, 7 p.m. Climate Pledge at the arena in Seattle where they do hockey and concerts and hopefully basketball. And I played in it last year, and yeah, dude, adrenaline got me so jacked up where I was feeling unreal, and I was shooting so many shots. And Sue Bird, Seattle Storm legend, was one of our coaches. She comes over, she goes, "Hey, stop shooting." I go, "Can you get tired?" She goes, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be jelly." And I was, and then my legs, I just cramped up ASAP. I stepped on the floor. I bought all these tickets for my family and friends, and then they hooked some up. And I put my sister and brother-in-law, Dirte, white rapper, and my wife courtside. And they're, I step on the floor, and once down the court, and I was like, "Oh God!" And I just looked at my wife, and she was like, just sick, because she was like, I also didn't stretch a lot.
Yeah,
stretching. You seem like a stretch guy, and that's the first time I've said that today.
I stretch a lot.
You do. Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you yoga too?
Yeah, hot yoga is the best. Yeah, that's truly the best.
Hey guys, Adam Ray here. Are you hungry? Are you thinking about food? Are you thinking about your next meal? Do you hate going to the grocery store? Me too. Well, HelloFresh is here to make your life easier. The #1 meal kit in America is HelloFresh, and now they're sponsoring the About Last Night podcast. Oh, baby, I can't wait. HelloFresh, what do you get with them? Well, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to you at your doorstep. Skip all the trips to the store. You know it's stressful. It's weird. Sometimes you go late night and you see people you forgot we have on this planet with rat tails and missing teeth, and they got potato salad in their pan. It's too much. So count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. Summer's just around the corner, and we all want to spend less time cooking. So meal plan and prep with HelloFresh pre-portioned ingredients that make it easy to get cooking done quick. No matter what your lifestyle, you'll always find delicious recipes on the HelloFresh menu, like pescatarian and veggie. You can even swap proteins and sides to make a recipe just how you like it. I'm always struggling to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner, and I want to make sure it's healthy. Well, HelloFresh is on top of that for you, and they're going to deliver mouth-watering, chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients to your door so you can do whatever you want this summer and eat the right way. They've got snacks, meals, and more to add to your weekly order, even like fun s'mores bundles for the kids. Who doesn't like s'mores? S'more what? From Sandlot, remember? They've also got a selection of crowd-pleasing eats like their bratwurst bar with caramelized onions, Dijon slaw, and pineapple relish. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. Or a snack board with pretzel bites, spiced bar nuts, and hot honey peach jam. That's what she said. I've used HelloFresh in the past. I'm about to use it again. I love it. My wife loves it. We're about to eat better and the right way, putting stuff on our body that should go in there, not just jelly beans for dinner. So if you want to be part of the #1 meal kit in America, right now, if I were you, would go to HelloFresh.com/about16 and use the promo code about16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Holy shit. Go to HelloFresh.com. I can't even say it. I'm so excited. HelloFresh.com/about16 and use promo code about16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. It sounds like it's too good to be true, but it's not. So do it. Again, HelloFresh.com/about16, promo code about16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Start treating yourself and just do it. And now let's get back to the episode. Why'd you lose weight? How'd you do it?
You sound like Larry King there for a second.
Why'd you lose weight? How'd you do it? We'll take a caller. Did you stop eating hot dogs and macaroni bites?
And Seinfeld was a big show. Is that true? It was a big deal. Did you ever see that clip?
No.
There's a great clip of Larry King talking to Jerry Seinfeld at Jerry Seinfeld's peak. And he goes, and so you decided to stop the Seinfeld show? You didn't get canceled? And Jerry roasted him. Jerry was like, he's like, no, it was the greatest show of all time. What are you talking about? I didn't quit. I said, I quit. They didn't cancel.
My God.
It's a really good clip.
Wait, Norm did Larry.
Oh, yeah. And he also did if you're like a Norm aficionado, go watch the Aura. Because after Larry got kicked off CNN, they gave him a show on Aura, which to Larry King's credit, he would have cool people on like he'd have like Norm on. He'd have like comics of like your era on.
By the way, Larry King's Credit is a great band name. I don't know if they only cover like Goo Goo Dolls songs and Seal, and it's
good.
90s rock. Anyway, but I want to continue with what we were just talking about, which is your weight loss journey. But we got about 15, 20. You good? Is that good for you?
Oh,
Or
I
you
have
got a
all
hard
day.
out? Okay.
I sadly have nothing to do.
Well, we will wrap it up because this is going on too long. But no, this is great. I could do this for all day. You're amazing.
How long have you been doing this podcast?
10, 11 years. 2013. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah.
Every week?
Yeah, I did it
10
with I did it
years?
with Brad Williams. You know who Brad Williams is?
Yeah.
Great comic. He's under the desk if you want to give a quick little hi. I've done that every time I brought him up, and I won't stop because it's funny. Love you, Brad. Brad and I did about up until 2020, just before COVID, I think we stopped. So about 7, 8 years. We did 500 episodes, and then he goes, "I'm about to be a dad, and I just want to do stand up and be a dad."
Yeah.
And I go, "Can't argue with that." But I'm going to keep it going.
And you've had incredible guests.
Some good ones, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? Who's one of your favorites? Like I saw you had Henry Winkler on.
Awesome.
Incredible. Do you watch Barry?
Oh, yeah. Henry's son, Max, was in my fraternity at USC, and I
Great.
met Henry. I'm not going to retell the story, but there's great encounters I've had with Henry before I had him on the pod. He's so goddamn sweet, man.
Yeah.
And but even when I would call him for like managerial advice, and I'd call and I go, "Henry, because he was like, anytime you need to call, go ahead and call me. I'm here for you, Adam Ray. I want you to be the best version of Adam Ray, but don't ramble." So I would call up, "Henry, man, so look, there's Adam Ray, get to the point. Okay, cool. So got a manager, doesn't talk to me a lot. Should I stay with him?" And then he would give his answer, and then all the best, and then just hang up. And sweetheart and a gangster, dude, to still be like pumping away and be as sharp as he is and love what he does still, I guess isn't that crazy, but it is to me. I don't know. It's like he feels like he hasn't changed at all in 30 years.
I want to get to that place in life where I can just hang up on someone that quickly.
Yep. And you're not mad about it.
And you're
You're
not mad
like,
about
I
it.
hope I remember all the advice. He's basically like, look, I got, time is money. I don't know. He's, for that guy, for sure.
Sure.
The Sandra Bullock ones are pretty special.
Incredible.
Just because
She's so
doesn't
incredible.
do podcasts, and I feel fortunate to have gotten to be chummy with her in a way that I feel like she's very comfy. The second one we did was over Zoom. The first one was just in her office audio, but yeah, those are a few that I've listened to where I'm like, oh, she's the person that I know she is.
Yeah.
And it was cool to be able to show that to people that only see her on interviews, which she's still the best version of herself.
Yeah.
But in an hour, there's only a few of those that are with a comedian where she likes to bust, where she could make fun of me and then and I throw it back. And so those were fun.
That's so sexy in a woman who busts balls. Like my fiance is like that.
She is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that.
It's literally all day just making fun of me. And it's so fun. Or
And you throw it back, though?
I don't.
Gotcha.
I don't throw it back. She had some zits on her back the other day, and I did throw it back about it, and she was like, "Hey, the zits are still there." She's like, "We can't really talk about this." She's like, "You guys can't make fun of me for the zits on the back. I'm working on getting rid of the zits on my back."
Oh my!
And she was right.
God, yeah.
She was right. Or like Julia Dreyfus has that kind of like that ability to hang with the guys.
Yeah.
That's real sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Norm.
I
need to know, when you got that job,
Yeah.
how did you get that job?
Okay, so I was an intern, and
At SNL.
At SNL, and Norm like he like needed someone around him at all times.
This is 90s, 92, 93?
This is 94.
Cool.
Norm is there.
Sandler's there. Farley's there. Rock's there.
Shit, wait a minute.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Norm is there when Sandler's there.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, Sandler's there. I interned Sandler and Farley's last year, and then I went and worked there the first year. Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry and Tracy Morgan came in.
Wow.
And then Norm got Update, and Norm had Update both years.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's he was. I learned everything from him. Like I mean, it was. I wish I could fucking do it again. Like I wish I
one of the best times of your life.
Wish I could learn more because he was so brilliant and so funny and so fearless. And
how do you see that live? Like, we feel like we know that as comedians watching him on his specials on stage. I only ever got to see him once live, but I got all of that what you're saying just from that and a little hang after. But being around him day in and day out, where did you see like the fearlessness?
Honestly, I saw it like maybe in dress rehearsal where he would go out and tell jokes that he just knew the audience was gonna fucking hate, but he thought they were funny, and he did them anyway. And sometimes they'd make the show. But it would just be, and then he would fight the audience. He'd be like, "What? Come on, what's the big deal? He murdered 2 people." You know, he would say that, or it'd be an OJ joke or whatever it was. And that just blew my mind. I was just like, "Are you kidding? Like, who is this guy?" And he was such a rock star. As he got older, he seemed to soften a lot, and he was a lot kinder. Like, but at that time, he was a fucking rock star. Cigarette. They tell him not to smoke in the hallway. He'd still smoke. Wow. He listened to no one, and he had his own little like island, that Weekend Update, and then they were doing all the sketches, and he couldn't give a fuck about the sketches. He was just like, he just cared about Update. He wanted to make Update like its own thing, and it's the best Update ever. And it was quite the experience.
Yeah, those OJ jokes were, I mean, what some people say like cost him that gig.
Yes,
from being a little
he was friends
bit
with
too,
Omar, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, OJ.
So good, though. I remember one he had where he goes, OJ's coming out with a tell-all book where he says he would do anything for Nicole and do anything for her. Man, isn't it just the worst when the person that would do anything for you kills you? I'm butchering it, but you know what I'm saying.
Like, you know it's getting to kills you or murdered too.
Yeah,
you know that's
dude.
the punchline, but just like, how's he going to get there?
Oh, man.
I was just listening to him last night say how he, at the end of his career, he would just come up with the punchline first and then go up and ruminate until he got to that big, because he knew he had like gold, whatever it was, like the punchlines. Gay anal sex or whatever it was, you know, I don't know.
Did you keep in touch with him?
No, I tried. I would, when I moved to LA, like I texted him, I had his number, he wouldn't text back. I had one DM with him on Twitter where we were maybe gonna get together.
Wow.
I really tried because he was like,
it's a guy you want to continue to be around and learn from and just soak up.
He liked me, I think, because I just laughed. I was laughing nonstop.
Cool.
And then I remember when I left SNL, I came back. I got a job as a writer, and I came back the next week, and I was like in Update, and they were like telling jokes or whatever, him and Colin, and he goes, "What happened?" He goes, "You don't laugh anymore," like that, because I was like, I thought to myself like, okay, I've moved on,
right.
I'm not the intern anymore,
right.
And then they called me out, like Colin called me out, and he's like, no, I get it. You think you moved on? You think you better now? You now have a job at MTV, so you come back here, you're trying to be, you know Colin Quinn.
Oh yeah,
like he's
brilliant.
fucking. He was the funniest person in the hallways at SNL.
I hear that a lot.
Like just brilliant. Like he was crazy.
Did being around that SNL energy and just sketch world like fuel your sketch YouTube Vine creation out here? Like, did it kind of just,
I mean, it just made me want to do it. Just seeing it. I mean, just doing something that's funny. If I ever achieve it, it's the best feeling. It's fucking unreal.
What? How did you find, going back to like Dobrik and all this? Like, how did you meet a group of people to kind of start making videos with? And
I was completely broke. I owed like $80,000 in taxes. I was divorced. I was living in like a fucking a studio apartment. I was installing speakers, and I was like at my lowest. Oh, I was on Vine, and I had 3 million on Vine, so I had like some money coming in from Vine, and it got erased. I woke up one day and they're like, they're getting rid of Vine, and I'm like, what? And I was like so old that I wasn't like on the ball, so I called my younger friend, and he was like, yeah, dude, it's been going away for a while. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I have 3 million followers. He's like, no, it's gone. They're getting rid of it. So that was gone. And then I went to the Improv on Melrose in the little room, and I was just doing stand up, and I went up there and I just started making fun of all the young people or whatever. Like at the time they called them millennials, I think, or now Gen Z or whatever. And David was in the audience, and that was it. And he walked up to me after, and he was like, "Oh, hey, can you come do that bit tomorrow at my house?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, And And then I never thought I'd hear from him again. And then I worked with him for like 3-4 years.
Wow.
It was fun. It was a fun ride. It was like, if I hadn't done that, I don't know what I would have done. I would have probably quit.
Because then that kind of just catapulted you into just being a content creator.
Yeah, it just gave me an audience. So now I have an audience. Like whatever's left, I don't know now. Now it's like not as what it was, but it made you able to pay your rent. Is awesome. What it was. Yeah.
There's a video cool. I found on your page of you and as a girl walking down the Vegas Boulevard.
Oh yeah.
Really fucking funny.
Oh, that's funny.
But like shit like that, right? Where you're just like, all right, I've got an audience. It probably gave you a real fight or flight, mindset to like, you're wearing multiple hats where you're like, all right, got the idea, get people to shoot it.
Yeah.
I mean, was everything like a content opportunity? Does that get overwhelming, or is it like great because you're like, oh fuck yeah, here's something quick and funny we could do here?
I never minded it. Yeah, everything was a content opportunity because we were doing I was doing like 3 videos a week, and David was doing 3 videos a week. So it's just like a lot of content. So you'd be filming all day and all night, and anything you could find. And life is fun that way when you're shooting stuff.
Fuck yeah.
It's like it makes it not boring.
I saw you had a roast with some comics. My buddy Frank Castillo.
Frank wrote a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, that's funny.
I've hired Frank a bunch.
Yeah, he just had over him and Nicole and Alex.
Nicole,
too.
I've hired a bunch.
Oh,
too.
great! Yeah, they're great. And you just had him roast your buddies, and it was really,
really
funny.
Yeah.
And like another video that's got millions of views, and you're like, you just brought over comedians in a living room to roast your buddies, and it was like you brought them all out one at a time, and like, it was really fucking funny, and it was
cool.
Yeah,
that was cool that they did that. They're skilled at it. They did it really quick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Frank especially is a joke machine.
Yeah.
You dropped 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Just diet.
Yeah.
Diet and running, and hike at a high elevation every day, and the weight will come off you like
what?
Crazy.
Who said that?
I did. Go West Trail. Go at an extreme elevation, and the weight will come off. Do you do running?
I've done it.
Yeah, you go West Trail the hard way.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's called West Trail, but I've done the hard way, and
You've done the hard way.
Oh, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
It's a lot of. But it's also rewarding. Like you get up there and you're like, oh, I feel like I got to work out instead of just.
Yeah, you can do it in
like
40 minutes, 35 minutes. It's like 3 miles.
And then diet was just. Did you go to a nutritionist or did you just kind of sit down and go, all right, what's?
I just said to myself like, oh, you're old now. Like you've eaten everything. That's enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've
tasted everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you miss tasting everything?
No, because when I do fall off,
it's bad.
It's bad
because your body's adjusted now.
Yeah, and I gain weight so quick, and
wow.
It's like So I just try to like, I just eat protein and that's it, and coffee. What
a cool thing for your kids too to like see you do that, right? I don't know. That's a weird like.
I guess.
To me, anything your parents do they're how old? Your son looks like he rips on guitar.
My son is great. He has a band called Great Big Cow. And it's I think
awesome.
I think it's gonna be something.
Great Big Cow
yeah.
is a great band name.
You're the first person to say that.
The moment you said that, I go, yeah, do they open for Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Yes.
And soon to be headlining themselves?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Well, he struggled with the name because every name is taken.
Sure.
They were going to be Marmalade. And but apparently there's a band from the 70s called Marmalade.
Of course there is.
So, but you like Great Big Cow. But then now they're really great. But yeah, it's that's the cool thing about life, Adam, is when you have those kids. That's
really
fucking blows your mind.
Yeah, dude.
It's just like you're like, what? Like what? We were shooting a video the other day for my. I made this video where I played David in pool, and if I win, I give him if he wins, I give him $1,000, and if I win, he'll promote Wyatt's song. And so whatever. So we needed a piece where. So my producer pitched Wyatt a joke, and he was like, "So the joke is that your dad cares about the streams on Spotify and you don't,
right?
And so can you do that joke?" And he just stops, and he's just like, "It's not really cool. Like I'm gonna sound like an asshole, like to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these kids are so fucking smart. Like when I was 17, I wouldn't be able to think forward like what I'm gonna sound like or to think on those many levels.
Yeah, man.
And so we were both like, yeah, that's a bad idea. You're right. Let's not do it. But yeah, they're just really. He played the troubadour. They're figuring it out.
That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What is the best part about being a dad?
It just gives you like purpose.
Really?
It just gives you a reason to get up and continue.
Wow.
Because without it, I don't know if I would. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like there's those days where you're like, I can't do this anymore.
Totally,
I
man.
fucking hate this. And then you're like, all right, gotta do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was the baby stage rad?
No, I hate babies. It's the worst.
Thanks for the honesty, man.
Babies are the worst.
Yeah, dude.
The worst. Now, having said that, don't hate me. When they're like fucking 5 and 8.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Come on, yeah.
When they're 3, great.
Yep.
But the baby stage.
2 is borderline.
2 is borderline. They just don't. They can't listen. They don't see what you talk
They're not
to them.
adding anything. They're not bringing anything to the table socially.
You know, people hate me for saying that.
No.
But it's the worst.
Look, I would venture to assume most. I mean, I think when you see people in public, like say you see a guy with a baby on the backpack at the Grove, and then you know he'll have a cute moment. I'm like, oh, but then in my head I'm like, he's in his head he's like, thank God for this moment because earlier today it was awful, and tonight it could be bad because this kid hasn't slept. And a buddy of mine told me this once where he was like, yeah, when you come up and you compliment babies, you're like, oh, whatever, and we're like, yeah, she's the best, or whatever, like. We're thinking in our heads like I haven't slept in 18 days, but no, she's fine. I'm glad she slept. You know, like
no, you can't appreciate it.
Yeah,
I mean you can, but
You can, right.
when that baby's asleep from like 11 to 2 in the afternoon, it's the greatest. Like that's all you're thinking is just like, oh my God, I have 3 hours. Like what am I gonna do? Like I have so much to do.
So it makes you a little bit more like on top of your shit. I'm assuming.
Got to
right?
be on top. You got to be scheduled. I'm gonna have more kids.
You are.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I don't know if we need more.
I know. I think I just want to
around.
adopt a 19-year-old. I don't know.
Okay, that sounds weird.
It does. What I meant by that is somebody who's a full person.
No, I know.
Also not great.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
A person that doesn't, I guess, to avoid the baby stage.
Yeah. You could adopt.
I mean, my sister was adopted. I'm full on in support of that. I know it's a process, but it's like, I actually was telling my wife, I was like, I'd like to do that first almost because it's like, I don't know, man, there's so many kids that are just chilling with no family, you know?
Yeah.
And so.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Are you capable of that? Inheriting?
Yeah. I guess that is scary because then you're like.
Something new.
Something
like
new.
that?
You bring in a kid that's adopted and then you got to roll the dice that the family doesn't track you down and maybe you do a bit and they're like, I don't agree with you politically. You know? And then.
You got a mark on your back.
Shoot me with a bow and arrow. We'll see.
Well, yeah, you'll see. You'll have kids or you won't.
You have over 590 million views on YouTube. I just wrote that down. I think that's pretty fucking crazy.
Oh, thanks.
All right, we're going to close this out.
Let's close it.
This has been great.
Yeah, it's been great.
You're a beast. The podcast is called, again,
All Good Things.
All Good Things.
Yeah, and I'm going to be doing stand-up at Oxnard, Irvine.
Fuck yeah.
Ontario, California.
Let's go, dude.
Freaking Austin, Boston.
I'm in Irvine this
Tampa.
weekend if you want. When are your dates?
Mine's like June 9th, I think.
June 9th?
Yeah.
You should come down and do some time and plug your shows. I don't know. If you want.
This weekend?
Yeah.
I'll text you.
The podcast, All Good Things. It's very entertaining. I like your set too.
Thanks.
You got great guests on.
It's in the basement.
Of your place? Oh, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to close this out with a Inside the Actor Studio get to know Jason Nash with the questions that R.I.P. James Lipton. No doubt you would have been on the show, so we're going to get to know Mr. Nash with some of these questions. I'll play Lipton and you'll play Jason Nash. Here we go.
Okay, cool.
I'm here with Jason Nash. Jason, what is your favorite word?
Sleep.
What is your least favorite word?
I hate when people say, I'm going to do, when they go to order something. And they go, let me do.
Let me do.
I'm
a do.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. They're doing it. I hate that. I fucking, it's
a great
drives
bit,
me
dude.
crazy.
It's a great bit.
I'm a do.
Yeah, it's a good premise. Okay. What turns you on? Sexual or not?
Sexual or not, turns me on. The greatness.
Whoa.
Yeah, like fucking like that Michael Jordan doc.
Whoa.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like he did it all.
Unreal. Did it all. Those types of people are insane.
With like a fucking attitude, he did it.
Yeah.
Or like, there's a clip of Kanye preparing a song for Jay-Z online before Kanye was Kanye, and like shit like that. And like Jay-Z listening to Kanye's beat for the first time and then putting his lyrics with Kanye.
Wow.
That fucking turns me on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Are you a big Kanye guy?
Yeah. The biggest. So much so that I'll overlook a lot of things.
I don't know what you're referring to. What is your favorite curse word?
Fucking.
Fucking's a good one.
I probably say like, I say like fuck my ass sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do the kids curse? Do you let them curse?
No. Yeah. My daughter curses.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll just.
To be cool, probably, right? It's as a kid, I feel like you're doing it because you're like, this is what cool people do.
Yeah. In the right situation, the curse will come out. She's like, I don't want to fucking do that. Oh, sorry. She'll do that. Like.
A buddy of mine's kid is 7, and I was just with him in Atlanta, and he was cursing nonstop, and I go, dude, you got 2 more curse words, and he goes, excuse me, I just threw up in my mouth. He goes, I go, you got 2 more curse words, and he goes, knock knock. I go, who's there? He goes, mom fucker. I go, you got 1 more, and then he goes, say it back. I go, mom fucker who? And he goes, suck my dick, bitch. He's 7 years old.
Who is this? Your cousin?
Nope. Who? Buddy's kid.
Damn.
Daughter also curses. They didn't like their grandpa's new girlfriend, and they kept talking. She goes, she's a fucking bitch. And then they pulled me in the house, and the daughter is so sweet. She pulls me aside. She goes, come here. I go, what? She goes, come here. I gotta tell you a secret. I go, what? Playing along like it's gonna be a kid's secret. She goes, that's where the bitch sleeps. I laughed so hard, dude. Because she laughed after she said it, because she knew it sounded funny, and that I could not laugh at that. If she said it and meant it, not funny.
Yeah.
They were actually really cute. They rode their bikes down the street and like pointed to all their friends, and they're like, famous comedian coming through. Our dad's buddy's a comedian, famous comedian. We got a famous comedian hanging out. No big deal. It was really
That's
sweet.
great.
Yeah. What sound or noise do you love?
The sound of a Diet Coke opening.
Awesome answer.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so fucking good. Diet
can you
Coke.
give me an impression? If we're doing ADR for it, ready? I'm gonna open it. You do it. Ready? Can we get one more take? That sounded
Wasn't
like
very good.
Somebody choked out Dr. Claw. I can't wait to drink this delicious Diet Coke. I don't think it's open though.
Diet Coke's so bad for you. Oh. I gotta work on that. That's not very good Foley. Have you done Foley? Have you done Foley work?
I've done ADR, but not the Foley work.
Have you ever had to match the mouth?
Oh yeah,
That's hard.
I did it for Bruce Willis for 4 movies.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, G.I. Joe,
But that
Red,
pays well.
The Surrogates.
Looping?
Oh yeah,
Right?
The Loop Group. I did a Loop Group once
Yeah.
where it was just like muddled, but then they fired me because it was like what movie was it? But I was a part of a group in a library, and everybody was like talking, and then at one point I just went, and then everyone goes, no, you got to say actual stuff, and I go as a guy, and I go, I know I'm a guy in the corner just having a little fucking meltdown. And she goes, all right, Brad, you want to hop in for Adam? And I did not return.
Oh no.
Yeah. And there was a
the
guy there
worst.
that was like the new Fred Flintstone. Everybody there knew each other too. Everybody there was like a Loop Group.
Yeah.
It was almost, like $1,500 for like 4 hours. And these people worked every day doing these groups. But the Fred Flintstone, they were all voiceover people that were successful, and they knew each other, and nobody was really bringing me in. And I did the Fred Flintstone guy. I wish I could remember his name. Tiny little dude. You know who you are. You were very hospitable. And I was like, at one point I was like, do Fred Flintstone like opening the fridge and realizing that his kid took the last drip of Sunny D, and he would go, Bonnie. That's kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Painter. Sit on the beach and paint.
That sounds awesome. What would you paint?
My cock. I don't know.
cool. That was my next question. Whose cock would you paint? Welcome back to Whose Cock Would You Paint? I'm Dr. Phil, and I know everyone's like, well, this seems like a different type of program, because it is. What profession would you
honestly, it's a pilot that we didn't think they'd take to series.
We didn't think.
But they have, and here's 20 episodes on Fox this fall.
20 episodes back to back to back to back, and then 14 more backs. And not to be confused with Whose Cock Wouldn't You Paint, which is a Hulu program. We're all about the cocks you would paint. And I'm going to start off with my top 5 cocks.
Let's go. Let's hear
Mario Lopez.
number 1 right there. I had Mario at number 1. I had Bret Michaels at 2.
Bret Michaels is a sheer-fire answer for 2. And I'm going a little off the beaten path with number 3. I'm going Ryan Seacrest. Only because I've met him at a urinal, and his zipper was up.
Okay.
He was just standing there to avoid confrontation.
Right on.
Sometimes you go into the bathroom and you go, I don't have to release anything, emotionally, yeah. But physically through my cock, no.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna hide. Number 4 on Whose Cock Would I Paint?
Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham, and then Tom Bergeron.
Oh, Tom's got a nice wiener.
Tom's
on.
got a sweet ween,
Got a
and
really nice
and
wiener
also
on.
a great attitude.
I love Tom, yeah.
I love anyone with a great attitude and a sweet ween.
I play spike ball with Tom.
I read that.
Yeah.
What profession would you not like to do?
Oh man, I like be on Deadliest Catch, catching the crabs.
Oh my God,
It looks brutal.
Doesn't it?
And they make so much money, so they go, but they risk their lives,
Yeah, I don't want to. Life is already so roll the dice in every moment. Like,
Could you be a firefighter? Could you run into a burning building, Adam?
could I run out of one? You betcha.
Yeah.
I mean, I have spilt cup of soup on my balls many a times in the mid to late 90s. And that didn't go well. So I can't imagine that I would be willing to risk my life in a fire. I think the smoke would get to me quick. Although I do fantasize about saying something cool as I run out of the fire. Or no, when you run in.
What'd you say?
So I've got two options. So fire, it's too hot. I'm running in.
Yeah.
Somebody goes, dude, don't go in there. And I stop and turn back and go, it's all right. Fire's my middle name. And they go, it's actually Michael. And you go, shut up, Gary. Or say, don't go in there.
Don't go in there.
It's all right. I fuck fire without a condom.
Damn.
Yeah.
We got a little show for you.
Yeah. So for the show version, I do it because I
Yeah.
think it's fake fire. I think it's fake fire. It probably is.
Call Dick Wolf.
What's Dick Wolf doing?
Dick Wolf.
Just sitting on a pile of cash, Scrooge
Yeah.
McDuck style.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy created some great shows. And speaking of creating great shows, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Why'd you worry so much?
Damn, dude.
Yeah. It's like my whole thing is like, I'm just constantly worried for no reason. Because it's like, it doesn't do anything for anybody.
What are you doing?
Just
We got a short time here.
Constantly
in the scheme of
worried,
things. Yeah.
Constantly worried about everything.
Wow.
Health, money, if my kids are going to live. It must be the Jewish side of me. Or
What
something.
a great call, dude. It truly, yeah. You just saying that really struck a chord with me.
Yeah, I turned 50 on Tuesday, and it's like,
Happy belated, by the way.
thank you. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're literally wasting your
worry.
happiness.
Why do you think we don't?
We should talk to Phil about this. Not now, but like the real Phil.
Real quick, why do you think it's unavoidable earlier on in life because
Yeah.
you are just starting to, I think, discover the pressures of life and more, you're just becoming more susceptible to like thinking about like your family in a mortal way and life and just wanting things and realizing what it takes to get. I just feel like the pressures become more real as you get older.
Yeah. And when you're young, you're dumb.
You're invincible.
I had this stupid idea when I was young that everything would work out. I'm like, it's all gonna work out for me.
know, what a great time.
A real cocksure attitude. Like, it'll all work out. Like, I didn't get that part, but I know something will break. And in a way, I was right. Something did break.
1,000.
But now I'm older, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like running out of time now. You know what I mean?
You're just getting started.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta
You
get that
got yourself in shape. You got a couple great kids. You got a great pod.
It takes too much time
Stand
keeping
up,
yourself
skating.
in shape. Honestly, it's such a fucking waste of time.
If you could have one snack tonight and just go crazy, mukbang style, what are you doing?
Damn, oh man, I'm like, I love Twizzlers.
Awesome
I
answer.
love Twizzlers.
You dipping them in anything? By the way, hey, was Adam a fat kid? Are you dipping them in anything? Jesus fucking Christ! As I heard myself say that,
Bro,
my toes popped out of my socks.
I was a fat kid, and I didn't even dip stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, dip. I did
Dip it
Pop
in
Tarts
what?
through Cool Whip.
Pop-Tarts are so good. Here's a little health tip.
Sure.
Jelly beans.
What about them?
27 jelly beans is only 110 calories. So just know that if you want to have a little
Holy
thing tonight.
shit.
Yeah, whereas a pack of Twizzlers is like 500 calories.
But what tastes better? The Twiz. all
It's the
day.
same, though.
I don't. Yeah, jelly beans are also like a little bit more work, so maybe you're not smashing the whole pack.
If you sit there and kind of chew on them a little bit.
Yeah,
I
you
have
look
all kinds of eating disorder shit.
Oh, to what? What? Like chew? Like just chew longer? My grandma always said that.
Yeah,
She also
kinda
said you can't wear
chew.
sweatpants at your bar mitzvah, and I was like, "Fucking nobody asked you, bitch."
Did you?
No, I had to wear a suit, and that's when I started the slim trim down.
How much money did you make at your bar mitzvah? What'd you take? 10 grand?
No, because we didn't have. We had a couple friends that could throw down. Maybe a couple thousand.
That's it?
Mom let me buy a Super Nintendo. This was '95. Yeah, a lot of like $50 checks and $30 checks, and then a couple like presents. One of my buddies got me a Hakeem Olajuwon jersey. That was awesome.
That's sick.
Some gift certificates to Diamond in the Mall, which was the card shop. And yeah, about 2000, some mom let me buy a Super Nintendo. And then I think shortly after I gave that to my stepbrother, which I fucking fully regret, because my dad and his family, they just didn't have enough money for a system. I gave him my Super Nintendo. Fucking what a bizarre turn of events. Like, see ya, Dad, you want my favorite thing too?
What?
Yeah.
Why did you give it?
I just felt bad. He had he married a woman that had a kid, and then they had 2 kids, and they just didn't have. Things went down. They just didn't have. So I was like, yeah, take mine. And then I had enough bar mitzvah money left over, and I bought a Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
So not only did I give away a Super Nintendo, I gained the worst system in the history of systems. You know how you know it's bad? They were like, here's 90 free games. They're like, you want to play Star Fox? You're like, no. They're like, well, we got 3 copies all set for you.
Yeah, but there's strength in selflessness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strength in that.
Yeah.
Because once
I was
you
6th grade. I just gave it away.
once you gave it away and you were still like fine,
yeah.
you're just like, it's the same thing when you go up and bomb.
1,000.
Which
1,000. But then I found out my stepbrother then like sold it for like other games. He turned around and sold it. So then I was like, I went over there and being like, hey, so you guys want to play Mario All-Stars or the Batman game that I, because I gave you all 8 games that I bought with my bar mitzvah money. And he was like, oh, we sold that and got like Nintendo Switches, because that's a new thing now. I was like, cool. All right. So, it's been great.
It's been great.
At Jason
you,
Nash
Adam.
on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep. Yeah. At Jason
JasonNash.com for tour dates.
Oh, JasonNashTour.com.
I love that you're getting back out there.
Trying. We'll see. Got to make some
It's
money.
gonna be great. You're super funny, dude. You're super likable, and now it's just getting reps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
you got plenty to talk about. You ever want to jam stand up too?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. It's tough to say goodbye. This has been so good.
It's been great. We'll do it again.
Okay.
All right. It's a Rocks energy drink.
Yeah, it's nice.
They're good. No shakes, no carbs, no calories.
You know, my fiance is addicted to energy drinks. What's it called? Rockstar?
Zoa,
And does it have
official drink of the Great Big Cow.
does it have like, is it good for you?
Oh yeah, it's the first energy drink that's got no fat, no proteins, no sodium. No, it was 110 milligrams of sodium. No calories, no fat, no proteins. I think that's what it was. Or no shakes too.
It has caffeine though. Obviously. It wouldn't be an energy drink.
No
every
fruit
day.
juice, no preservatives, no artificial colors, no synthetic colors. Isn't it funny when they put stuff on where you go, didn't know that was even in the original? Like when Burger King, or I think it was Burger King or Wendy's, was like, now we got real meat. And you're like, the fuck were you serving before, dude? But also, if you're going to any fast food spot and you're like, ugh, yeah, man. What, like, have you seen the kids behind the counter? None of them care about trying to make you or have patience to take their time with your food. I once followed a kid on Twitter and he was like, Tyler _ like 69, like them the facts _ Taco Bell, real shit. And he would just be like, yo, I worked at Taco Bell and this is what was really in the meat. Follow me tomorrow for more updates on what that cheese really went through. And it was bonkers, dude.
Did he have a lot of followers?
Like 60.
You just started following it.
Yeah, I saw a buddy of mine sent it to me, and I was like, "Yeah, this feels like a true Taco Bell employee that has not gone viral, and it's just like I'm taking it to the streets."
You eat Taco Bell?
Once in like every 15 years. It is not a go-to by any means. A drunken go-to is more going to be. I mean, I'm salty over sweet too. It's like chips versus candy. But fast food, I don't know. Maybe a Jack in the Box or Wendy's. I don't know.
If you ever want to go hiking.
Anytime.
Okay,
that's the next move.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go tomorrow if you want.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Okay. Thanks, Adam.